Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. I was going to say great year, but the year just started, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up or leaving a comment. Both do help with the algorithm, and without further ado, I like when people say algorithm in the comment section. It's quite funny. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. It says Bitcoin continues to smash new targets. As we approach 2021, this was clearly written yesterday, a few hours back. The world's largest cryptocurrency hit another new all-time high, moving past 29,000 US dollars. At press time, Bitcoin is currently trading around $29,200. That's probably exactly where it is right now as well. With this move, Bitcoin has flipped Warren Buffett's American multinational Berkshire Hathaway just within a week of flipping Visa. Back in 2018, the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett, had once called Bitcoin rat poison squared. I love that that's also an insult like that. Can you imagine getting into a fight with someone in the street like, bro, you're rat poison squared? Like it wouldn't really kind of have the same effect. The legendary investor who said that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will have a bad ending. As of Wednesday, Berkshire Hathaway stood at $539 billion, whereas Bitcoin marginally passed, I think it was $541 billion. This is an important milestone for Bitcoin investors, considering the cryptocurrency has flipped several banking giants, financial payment companies, and even some of the top investment companies last year. So as it stands right now, Bitcoin is doing very well. This says technical analysis. Bitcoin breaks above 29,000. Why Bitcoin is likely to hit 30K. I hate these stupid price predictions. Bitcoin is at 29,000. It's probably going to go to 29,100, but let's see, Bob. I don't know if we're going to be able to actually make it. Of course, we're going to hit it. Bitcoin hit 29,000 for the first time, raising hodler hopes for 30K by New Year's. So let's be all completely honest. In March, we were at $3,000. We're currently at 29,251. It's fine that we did not hit 30,000. I'm pretty sure there were a couple people who were like, oh, a little disappointed. It's fine. We went up by $26,000 over the course of a 9-month period. Our market's doing okay. This one says on-chain data shows Ethereum whale accumulation spikes. Major rally ahead. Is basically talking about, I can even read this out right here. It says with Ether crossing 750 for the first time in 31 months, we've discovered that there are more than 39 more Ethereum addresses holding 10,000 Ether compared to just 2 months ago. Meanwhile, the amount of addresses holding 1 to 10,000 Ether has shrunk over this time. This means that whales are accumulating every single time that the market drops, and I really hope that no one's making this mistake anymore, but if you do, it's your money. I can't tell you what to do. Selling off their coins in anticipation of a drop, further movement down, being able to accumulate more. Not really sure what it is, but every single time, remember this, every single time that you sell, there is a buyer. And we know who the buyers are. It's the richest people on the planet. They keep buying up all the cryptocurrency so that there's none left for the little people. So make sure you're not part of that group who doesn't have anything. And this one says, crypto analyst Michael van de Poppe says Ethereum is poised to move above $1,500. Here's when. What did he say? He said $1,500. Oh gosh. I think it's like within the next Q1 of this year, 2021. It's weird that we're in 2021. It's a very odd number to say out loud. That's basically all the price news. There wasn't really any Cardano news. There wasn't any Baja news. It usually just revolves right now around Bitcoin. We're seeing sprinkles of Ethereum as well. I think that's based on hyper speculation. We do have Ethereum 2.0. It appears that this is the year, once again, for those of you who may have missed this information, 2016 was the year that Bitcoin had its halving, and the price went from $200 to around $900-esque, give or take, roughly scratching at its previous all-time high, and therefore 2017 was the boom year. So last year, 2020, was Bitcoin's halving, and therefore this year is supposed to be the boom year, if you will, for prices. So everyone's talking about these crazy new prices, where things are going to go. I think it will become abundantly clear even more so, don't forget about this, that the stimulus checks, I believe, have been approved at this point. So we're probably going to hear some news from Coinbase. I give it a month. Once these checks start rolling out, if people are using or buying exactly $600 worth of crypto through their accounts. But yeah, everyone's expecting Bitcoin to smash by 30,000. I think I saw one article that was saying that Bitcoin looked like it was going to correct, and they said it could be anywhere between 18,000 and 27,000, and I was like, wow, that's very accurate. I'm glad that I listened to your words of advice, just to know that Bitcoin is going to fall. It has about a $9,000 range between where it's going to fall. So, if it falls within that range, then my gosh, you're correct. I would expect a pullback. Once again, prices do not rise forever. There's always a bit of a fluctuation within the market, but I think if we aggressively break past 30,000, we're probably going to aim for 32, 33,000, and then we might slink back down to 30, but who knows? I mean, I couldn't have told you last year that Bitcoin was going to go to 29,000, and neither could anyone else. And without further ado, that's all the price news, if you will. Oh my gosh. The moment the market continues moving up, we're going to get such crazy price numbers, but it does help. It does help for adoption is the word that I'm going to say. It's definitely going to cause a lot of people to want to get more into the market. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on. I told you this was going to happen. No one shocked. No one clutched your pearls. We all knew this was going to take place. It says Binance US to delist Ripple following the SEC lawsuit. XRP plunges below 20 cents. That is also the amount of articles making sure to discuss XRP's price. Phenomenal. Huge amount. It's all over the place. And it's actually quite fascinating how much they are desperate to see. My desperation comes from the fact that I wanted XRP to drop more so that I could buy more. I was assuming a 10 cents and we were going to be like, woo, tons of money and stuff like that. But alas, here we are. It says the number of cryptocurrencies exchanges, there we go, delisting XRP has grown as Binance US joined in. I told you this was going to happen. It was not going to be Binance. It was going to be Binance US because it is only the United States who has an issue with XRP. Only the United States. No one else. Even the other cryptocurrency exchanges who were delisting or depairing or whatever, they were usually doing that for their US customers. It says the U.S. branch of leading cryptocurrency exchange Binance has joined the long list of trading venues that will remove XRP from its platform. At the same time, the asset has continued with its price drop as it struggles with the 20 cent level. Also a lie. XRP has been going up the last about 30 hours or so. I think 19 to 20 cents is definitely the bottom. A little disappointed, but it is what it is. We've had news that Binance US is delisting it, Bittrex is delisting it, Coinbase is delisting it. What else was there? Whatever other names, OKCoin, and the 4 exchanges that you've never heard of in your entire life, and it did not drop below 20 cents. Even I read an article that they were shocked that after Coinbase announced they were going to be delisting XRP, that the price didn't drop by 38 cents. And I was like, we thought it was going to go negative. Nope. I think 19 cents is the actual bottom for it. I think it's currently at 23, 24 cents or something like that. It's going to continue moving back up. The SEC news can only scare people for so long. I think the next scare wave is going to come in February when they have their actual court dates. But even then, I don't think that'll have the same exact effect. I think an actual judgment from the SEC and or the court will be the final blow, if you will, in scare tactics. And at that point, a week and a half later, the price will continue to move back up. Yeah, that's the XRP delisting news for today. Told you it was going to happen. Hope nobody's surprised. And let's moving on. Oh, it's also right here. I don't know why people love to make these images. The last one that we saw was the plane going down with the letters XRP on it. And this is a Binance symbol punching an XRP symbol in the face. Wow, you're so inventive. I love the work you do. It's absolutely amazing. You should get a job in art. Next up. It says here we go. It says as 2020 draws to a close, because, that's so far away. One of the prior proponents for an exchange-traded fund based on Bitcoin is trying once again. Van Eck has submitted an application to the US SEC. Sorry. For the Van Eck Bitcoin Trust. I took a 3-hour walk yesterday in the freezing cold It was 0 degrees outside, and I assume this has had some type of an effect on my throat, but, you know, winter. Sure, why not? An ETF is an advantageous... What? Is seen as... I was like, that doesn't make any sense. It's seen as advantageous because it trades on the stock market like shares in popular companies like Apple and Microsoft. Wow, those are big names. Van Eck has previously proposed ETFs before, withdrawing its most recent application in September 2019. At the time, the company said it remained committed to an exchange-traded product. So, many other countries around the world have attempted to list Bitcoin ETFs, and they've gotten it. They've attempted to list Bitcoin ETPs, exchange-traded products. They got it. Exchange-traded notes, they also got it. Can you guess the one place on the planet that did not get an ETF, an ETN, or an ETP that was based on Bitcoin or something similar to Bitcoin? You got it. It was the US, because the SEC, once again, is a fascinating place. So I believe that Van Eck has listed or tried to list another Bitcoin ETF because what's his name is gone. The previous head of the SEC. We got news a couple of weeks ago that apparently Biden has people on his team who are very Bitcoin friendly, and therefore they may be more likely to push through a Bitcoin ETF all over the place. Van Eck takes another shot at launching a Bitcoin ETF. Van Eck files SEC registration for Bitcoin ETF. And this one is from 2018. It says Winklevoss twins Bitcoin ETF rejected by SEC. They've been trying, bless their hearts, for 6 years. 6 years. The Winklevoss twins, I think, had like 7 or 8 different proposals that they've put forward. Wow, 7,900, sure. Multiple proposals for a Bitcoin ETF. And every single time that they submitted the form to the SEC, they kept on getting a letter back saying, oh, you're missing something. And they would go, what are we missing? Oh, you're missing, you didn't talk about this line. So they would resubmit it with the thing that was missing. And by the 4th or 5th time, the Winklevoss twins were like, are you gonna let it go through? Or what do we have to do? Oh yeah, actually, so we're gonna let the public decide on this. This was 2018, I believe, when they came forward and basically were like, we want public opinion. I made a video on it. We discussed it and found out that there was an actual place on the SEC's website where you could go to voice your opinion. And if you looked back at former things on the SEC's website, you would see that most public opinioned things had around 2 messages, maybe 4 messages. Sometimes even just one person would write, hey, I think yada, yada, yada about this certain proposal. The Bitcoin one, I think, had over 138 within about a good 24-hour period. I looked through all the comments. As one might have imagined, around 136 of them were, do it. Bitcoin ETF, do it. Sure, why not? Do it. There were 2 of them that said no. One of them was simply like some ramblings of a psychotic person. It was like, hey, I don't like Bitcoin because Bitcoin sounds like bite, and it was nonsense. And then there was one that was actually well worded, but it was clearly from a Warren Buffett-like individual talking about market manipulation and all these other things. And can you guess what happened after 136 people were like, yes, do this? The SEC said no once again. So I assume it's January. Give it by March. If Van Eck gets any inkling that they're going to have a Bitcoin ETF, we're going to hear that the CBOE is going to try and do it. The NASDAQ is going to try and do it. And the Winklevoss twins are most certainly going to try and launch their own Bitcoin ETF. Yeah, cool. Sure. Why not? It's touted as a way for investors who are not quite comfortable with owning Bitcoin or being directly in the Bitcoin market to have some type of exposure to the actual asset. These things will actually increase the price for us quite exponentially, but the best part always is, here's the best part, is when people who have ETFs, when people who have pieces of paper that say they own Bitcoin and all these other really crazy, weird, wacky things like futures, see Bitcoin's price going up on screen, and then when they're paid out in US dollars, and they realize, hey, this is garbage. I should have had Bitcoin the entire time, and that's also what's going to cause us to push further in price. A lot of people are the people who want to speculate on Bitcoin don't understand what Bitcoin is. They don't understand the cryptocurrency market. Decentralization means absolutely nothing to them. It simply means, hey, this is another thing that's going up. I can make money from it. But when they realize that the US dollar, did you see the drop in the value of the US dollar this year? And also what's being proposed for this year? Anyway, long story short, Bitcoin ETF is going to probably be pushed through this year. I think this will set the tone for what the SEC is going to be doing this year, depending on who takes... I forgot the name of the guy who already took Clayton's place. Anyway, sure, why not? It'll happen eventually, but if it happens this year, expect a very high Bitcoin price. Next up, the final code for Litecoin's MimbleWimble protocol will be ready the first quarter of this year. This is according to the lead developer on the project. His name is David Burkett, who updated on the progress via the following tweet. He said the code will be ready and merged Q1 2021. Activation timeline will be decided by users and miners. Mr. Burkett also explained that the activation timeline will be decided by the Litecoin community, as well as Litecoin miners. He also revealed that there is already working code of Litecoin's MimbleWimble on GitHub. Wow, GitHub. He said, I first attempted to design a secure way to support one-sided MimbleWimble transactions back in January. Nearly 1 year and a dozen or so design iterations later, we finally have working code, end quote. Remember about 8 weeks ago when I was like, why is Litecoin going up in price? Is there Litecoin news? I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Well, Litecoin's up about like $38. Anybody have any news about that? No, nothing? All right. So my assumption now is that behind the scenes that they probably knew that this was, has gained 211%. Yes. So someone behind the scenes knew that this was, activated or going to be activated or was completely done. As it stands right now, Litecoin sometime within the next 3 months is going to have private transactions. That is, I believe, going to change the entire landscape of the cryptocurrency space, because this once again allows then for Bitcoin to be able to implement the same exact code to also have private transactions. And like, I wonder where that's going to take the year, because that's going to be something quite fascinating. And I think Litecoin might see some more usage when that actually happens. People were asking before why. It's not that I'm excited about Litecoin getting MimbleWimble. It's about Bitcoin being able to implement it and having completely private transactions, along with Taproot and Schnorr and all these other things that we were just talking about like 4 days ago. I think we're witnessing, we have witnessed, last year was a bit of a doozy, witnessing the complete change in finance and a whole bunch of different paths that the world is going to take. Anyway, yeah. So sometime next 3 months, and all that has to really happen now, or rather what's going to happen is that usually you have to let the miners, the people who are creating and validating transactions, they usually, I vote for this proposal to kind of go through. So that's the next step. Very fascinating. Very, very fascinating indeed. It's going to be a crazy year. If you don't know that already, it's not going to be, I was going to say it's not going to be bad. I can't tell you that much, but just understand it's going to be a doozy. Let's move on. And also in, wow, that already happened news, Anthony Scaramucci's multi-billion-dollar investment firm SkyBridge Capital has reportedly already invested $182 million in Bitcoin. The firm SkyBridge Bitcoin Fund, LP, will launch on the 4th of January with the minimum. You have to have $50,000 to be able to enter it. In an investor brochure, the $9.3 billion asset management firm touts the upside of investing in Bitcoin, calling Bitcoin an emerging asset class that is now less risky with growing interest from both retail and institutional investors. The document says Bitcoin is better at being gold than gold. It also cites the low interest rates, unprecedented money printing, how they have contributed to the premium placed on scarce assets like gold, art, real estate, and Bitcoin. If any of you are in the art market, did you see what happened to prices in 2021? they completely skyrocketed. It was the weirdest thing in the entire world. And it started happening roughly around the same exact, when everything crashed in March. And I kept on saying that we kept on hearing news and reports about the stock market crashing and the potential of the real estate market crashing and all these other things. Money started being allocated in very weird ways. One of the ways was definitely into crypto, but in the art market as well, it was very weird. Like people, I don't know this guy's name anymore. There's a guy on Instagram and he follows all of the like auctions that take place around the world, and he screenshots them and puts them on his stories, yada yada. And one day he had like 60 of those like little dots at the very top, and I was like, geez Louise, dude, why are there so many? And I was going through them, and he was showing like all the numbers, like the estimates for certain pieces were like $5,000, and they sold for like $38,000. There was a poster. It's limited. It's limited. It was handed out only like I think on 1 or 2 days during some special Banksy event. A poster. The estimate I think was like $800, and it sold for $10,000. So I think we're definitely seeing a hyper movement of money across different spaces. I'm not sure if the money's being moved out of the stock market. The news I saw, there was a CNBC. They have like a what is it called? I think it's called After Hours. I think that's what it's called. It was like a little 10-minute preview of everything that took place during the week, and they were talking about the S&P 500. Was it? Yeah. Pretty sure it was. Pretty sure it was. And I think they said like, I think 3 or 4 companies, I don't remember the exact numbers, 3 or 4 companies actually had half the value of the entire S&P 500. And it was all the tech stocks. And it's like, what then has happened to the other companies if 3 or 4 companies are outweighing a couple hundred other companies? So money's definitely moving around. And this is why I'm glad that a lot of you paid attention last year and got into Bitcoin, because I don't think we're done. If the you have to understand the gravity of the prospect of the US dollar falling this year. Anyway, that's the Scaramucci news, if you will. The really weird part being is that we had this news about 6 days ago that they were thinking of getting into the Bitcoin market themselves, and I think the numbers, they were like, yeah, we're starting a new fund. I think they had to go through the SEC like to file with them, but I think they were putting around 20 million of their own money. So keeping again once again in mind, around 5 days they raised around $160 million to put into Bitcoin, 20 million of their own. And if the fund launches, what? If the fund launch, yeah, that's right. I was like, fund launches. If the fund launches in the next 4 or 5 days, we're probably going to hear that they have raised around $300 million to put into Bitcoin. And that's the beginning of the fund. Like, more money can continue flowing into this actual fund as well. So April or May, they're probably going to have around $500 million in Bitcoin already. Keeping in mind, this is another new player who has just entered the Bitcoin market. We still have the other 7 who are continuously buying every single day. Just because we don't get daily updates on Grayscale doesn't mean that they're not buying. If you follow them on Twitter, I think like every day there's like another, like we bought another 2,000, and it's like, wow, you guys are super rich. Anyway, that's the SkyBridge news. I think, dude, this year's going to be nuts. It says SkyBridge Capital invested $182 million in Bitcoin, says it's digital gold. And without further ado, moving on. And to finish things off, there are currently $2 trillion worth of US dollar notes in circulation, according to information from the Federal Reserve. On the other hand, there's only $500 billion worth of Bitcoin floating around as well. However, Anthony Pompliano says these two will flip in 2021. Don't even have to really read anymore. It talks about 19. It talks about this. It talks about the blah, blah, blah. And this is going to be happening. If we flip the US dollar this year, my gosh, just be prepared. I'm really happy that so many people not even heeded my warning, just paid attention to what I was saying and all the stuff we've been going over, because it's not over. It's not a new year, new market kind of thing. The money is still hungry. I was discussing with my friend in Florida, about our investment plans for this year. And there's definitely going to be a shift in everything that's going to be happening, but that's something else to talk about another time. Anyway, yeah, that's all that news. Not really sure how to end it or continue on because it's just tons of optimism and energy flowing towards the Bitcoin market. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Bolero Bastos, Crayola Michelle, URL, On Crypto with Lionel, Tigara Machonisa, Bake Me a Cake, Arfmedic17, Anytime Fitness, Mosh Corner Staff, Bodie McBoatface, Yes to Crypto, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Garner, and thank you to the people. Whenever I have like a throat issue, people always write in the comments like, have some ginger tea, drink some lemon tea, have some. I appreciate the nice comments as opposed to you know who you are. The people like, bro, stop making videos if your throat is hurting. Can you go away? Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Anthony. That's right. Anthony Charles. Yeah, why did that sound so weird? Anthony Charles, Nick Mangelavori, Paxis, Vlad the Impaler, Richie Rich III, Setsuna Damien, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Bankroll Network, 242. I know my neighbors love me. It's early in the morning. It's New Year's Day, and I'm screaming out Patreon names. So I'm sure they love me. 242 to the world, Wise Night Owl, Jared Schneider, Master Ventures in Thailand, Moher Moroni, Adam Graysick, Todd Mullis, A Bibliophobia, The Animal Reader, John Sarson, Nostromo, Martin Steuer, Joshua Vineyard, Moonman High, Zerp, Utopia 569, Oscar Maldonado, Yasha Harari, Attila the Han, David James, Navarro Williams, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Tolik Banan, Snacky Chan, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, George Montoya, Wise Link Not TMI, Crypto Stahl, and Professor Wally from Gunbot University. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening to me. Thank you all for the incredible year that we had, because we all know it was a lot. There's no denying that there was just a constant feeling of like poop in the air, if you will. Also, thank you to everyone who's been leaving a comment, a thumbs up. I mean, all these things really do help. It's a nice. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at $29,279. It is up by 0.62%. Ethereum is down by 1.7%. Sure, why not? XRP is up by roughly around 5%. Is that 23 cents at the moment? I really think that 20 is just as low as it's going to go at this point. Litecoin's up a bit. Polkadot is up by 8%. Wonderful. OKB is up by 15%. NEM is up by 20%. Theta is up by 14%. Anything else crazy? Zilliqa is up by 12%. Uniswap is up by roughly around 10% if you round on up. Huobi is up by 7%. Anything else crazy? Algo is up by 12.5%. Sure, I love that algo coin. You know, it's always doing things. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you had a wonderful jump, spring, whatever you call it, into the new year. We still have a lot of work to do. Things are apparently, so saith the TAs and the analyzers, about to get really crazy. Thank you all once again. Wait. Hope you all have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.